Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we got the chance to visit with Gary Vis, the Executive Director at the Lynden Chamber of Commerce. We talked about tons of different subjects, and we'll share that whole video in the description below. But in this video, we wanted to focus on why the Chamber decided to cancel the local Rasberry Festival and Farmer Day Parade. As always, here at We Will, our goal is to ensure American citizens are informed, educated, and inspired to act in order to protect their economic rights and civil liberties. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the interview.
There is a lot of talk going on in social media, in person, in the community. So I live here in Lynden.
Yeah.
About the Farmers Day Parade and the Rasberry Festival.
Yes.
So can you tell me how you guys came to the decision to not hold those?
Well, that was, as I told the governor's senior advisor, you kind of already made this decision for us. You're just asking us to formalize it. Although I do want to express that both the governor's Northwest Area representative and his senior advisor, who we were able to talk to, were both very kind. They were very open. We just came at it from different areas, so couldn't do it. Part of the challenge, the biggest challenge, is our events are held in public spaces. So while we do ask the city to restrict street traffic and allow us to have those and control of those for a time period, we've never asked for sidewalks or private property or the public right-of-way outside those streets, mainly because you could come to downtown and you want to just pick up a can of paint. You don't want to be in the parade. You don't even want to go to the Raz Fest. You just want to get the paint and go home and do something. Well, we have to allow people to have that access, and we're not going to restrict it. The restrictions were plentiful. In the case of the parade, the largest obstacle was the requirement that we have no more than 600 persons in a quarter-mile stretch. A quarter mile is roughly from the windmill on 7th to the museum on 3rd, and that's an area where we would usually have 4,000 to 5,000 people because we stack deep. We couldn't get over that. We had no way to enforce it. In speaking to our sponsors, many of them were rightfully hesitant because of the social media backlash. We've kind of created our own problem there. We as a community, we as people. So they were hesitant to participate. Many of the businesses who maybe don't put in financially but see some opportunity from that asked that we not go forward because it could be cast in a bad light. And then ultimately, we have a responsibility as the chamber. You know, this parade's gone on for over 100 years. This is like a heritage gift given down for generations and generations. The last thing I want to do is take an event that is to celebrate community and farmers and turn it into what can be seen as a protest. Now, who sees it as a protest, how they perceive it, I can't always control that. But I know I can control when I know it's going to happen. So after a discussion with the board of directors and a few other people, the decision was made, nope, this just isn't. One, we couldn't follow the rules. We knew that we were going to be a rule breaker. Second thing was the sponsors. And the third thing, and probably the primary thing, was that it would have a negative impact, could have a negative impact on our members, where the positives were not necessarily offset by all the negatives that would occur. So we had to make a decision, and we did. And I should add that especially with Rasberry Festival, that requires a lot of pre-planning and a lot of expenditure of funds beforehand. That's money that doesn't come easily. That's not money we can just throw away. So we had to determine that one much earlier than the parade.
Did you poll your members to see?
No, we didn't do a formal poll. We didn't have that kind of time because we had to get it out, especially for the parade. With the Rasberry Festival, many of our sponsors also help us organize it, and when they were hesitant, it was just too difficult to pull off. And we want to respect them. They've been with this event many of them since the start, even before the chamber was involved in some cases. So we took their advice and took it under consideration, and the board decided, no, now's not a good time to do it. So we're going to wait one more year and pull it off.
So I don't think many of us thought we'd be sitting here this year.
I didn't.
Yeah, so what happens if we're sitting here next year?
Then we deal with what comes. I've learned through all of this, I've learned not to get overly concerned about the future too much. I can either live in today or worry about tomorrow. I'm going to live in today. Today I had a great day. I got up, I'm able to visit with both of you. I got to go speak to the Kiwanis group. Went and visited a couple members. So why not enjoy that instead of worrying about something that I really can't control anyway? Because if it comes right down to it, do I even know I'm going to be around next year? No, I don't know that either, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's go live life. I will say that I was told in March of 2020 that we would probably be looking at 2022 before we were back to normal, and I laughed. I thought that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my
Who told
life.
you that?
That was from Erica Lautenbach at the Whatcom County Health Department. She knew right away. I found the health department to be extremely helpful in many, many ways. Most of all, what I value is their honest opinion. And like anybody's opinion, I'm not going to hold them to everything. I just need a little bit of guess. With Erica's knowledge and the knowledge she accumulated from other people, she could see that there was a timeline that these things kind of follow. From, okay, we're shutting stuff down, to vaccination, to we start to open things up, all that. That's all stuff above my pay grade. That's probably another thing I've learned about this, is I have to go to professionals to understand stuff. I'm not a trained scientist. Who am I to try and make a judgment on what's good science and bad science? I don't have that skill background. I can tell you what's a good parade and a bad parade. I can't tell you much about science, other than what I've learned from others.